Congratulations, you've decided to take that next step and are considering getting married. This is a super, incredibly exciting time of your life. Hi, I am Sean McGuire with New Vision Counseling and Consulting. And I just want to say I am so excited that you're here because premarital counseling will revolutionize not just the before marriage, but it will revolutionize everything that happens after marriage if you come and you join us and let us walk you through an 8 to 10 week program where we deep dive into what God says is possible in your relationship. We discover if God is calling you together. Now that's not my decision to make, and I've never over the last 20 years had one couple finish the program and not know what God is telling them to do. Now they may not listen, but again, that's their decision, but they knew that God was or wasn't calling them together. And if you discover God is calling you together, then this program will help you build each week upon the last. You'll get to know the history of your partner. You'll get to know how they were raised and how that will affect your current and future life together. How it will impact the way you raise your kids, what church you'll go to, if you'll go to church, the kind of way that you want to parent as far as discipline. Who's going to do the dishes? Who's going to make the bed? Are you both going to work? If you have kids, who will stay home? Will anybody stay home? These are great questions that we will cover all in premarital counseling. Also, a lot of people come, meaning everyone, with hurts and hang-ups. We all come from a certain environment, and when we get married, it's a uniting of two kingdoms, and the fights are usually over which kingdom's going to rule and reign over the other kingdom. Well, the great news is, in God's kingdom, both of you are called to lay down your lives. And out of that death of both of your lives, dying to self, the Lord will resurrect a new life, which is the couple that you become together in Him. That's called when the two are made one. Now, that happens spiritually when you get married, but it happens practically through the process of God sanctifying you over the course of your marriage. And this premarital counseling journey is one of my favorite kinds of counseling to help you navigate through, because there's so much energy before you get married. There's so much life that just natively, organically comes to you, and you want to make the marriage great. You want to have a great life together. And it's so much fun learning these techniques of how to communicate effectively, how to separate and deal with your in-laws, and sometimes they become outlaws, and what do we do then? How to help you navigate through if you have kids entering marriage for the second time. How do you handle being a step-parent? All of these issues we address in the journey of premarital counseling. And it is exciting because most of us, like me, haven't been taught what's possible in marriage. I've seen a lot of broken marriages. I've seen a lot of marriages that I didn't really want to have for myself. But what I've discovered through God's Word is that the marriage that we can have isn't one made by man. For example, if I jump up in here in this building, I will hit my head eventually. But if I go outside, I can jump as high as I want and I'll never hit a ceiling. That is the parameters of what God says is possible if you follow Him and do marriage His way. He says there's no limitations on the marriage that you can have. You guys can decide to go as far and as high and as deep and as wide as God's love will take you. And it's fathomless. It's without measure. And so please, don't just say, man, that's great, I'm excited, let's call tomorrow, let's see if our schedule can make it happen. You spend a lot of money on a car. You spend a lot of money on dates. If you're getting married, you'll probably spend a lot of money on your wedding and your honeymoon. Take the time to budget in your schedule, to invest in a future that can be amazing in the ways that help you build a marriage. If you don't have the money, man, ask for a wedding gift. Premarital counseling. I've got somebody right now going through the program, and they've had somebody else pay for them. We give you assessments to kind of identify where you've been, 10,000-foot view of maybe some issues that may come up in the future, and we address them in counseling now. And what I've discovered is it's such a great experience for the people that we see. A lot of them want to continue it even after they get married because there's been so much value they've derived from it. So what are you waiting for? Email us. Pick up the phone, call. Try to get in to see one of us today. You'll be so glad that you did. God bless, and we look forward to seeing you really soon.